Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Noshami Sofia binti Ibrahim, metric number D200221103587. Today, I want to summarize each of 5 topics in my mini assignment that I have completed. Hacking is the act of identifying and then exploiting weaknesses in a computer system or network, usually to gain unauthorized access to personal or organizational data. Usually, hacking also control over computer network security system for some illegal purpose. Password hacking, also known as password cracking, is an attack vector that involves hackers attempting to crack or determine a password. Password hacking uses a variety of programmatic techniques and automation using specialized tools. By hacking the password, they can undertake a range of criminal activities. Criminal activities can be stealing credit from bank account, or they can use the information for identify fraud and theft. They might use a various tool to log into someone's privacy. Before it can be more worse, there are a few other tips for preventing common attack on your password. Firstly, use multi-factor authentications (MFA). The user must provide multiple verification factors, such as providing a one-time code, answering a security question, or using biometric authentications. It can protect against cyber attack before they log into the account. Second, manage to create a strong and unique password. Next, double-check the email. Sometimes hackers pretending to be a trustworthy party to stealing the information by giving a fake email. So to make sure it was true, double-check the email is required. Intellectual property (IP) is a property right established in law to exclude others from using, without authorizations, your intellectual creations. IP right allow you to commercialize and exploit your innovative and creative ideas. The relevant IP that I chose for my software is patent. Patents serve to protect the technical ideas that underpin the way a particular piece of software works. A patent is a 20 years exclusive monopoly on the right to make, use, and sell a qualifying inventions. It can be used if someone intends to take a legal actions against an individual or business who use the software without a permissions. There have 8 steps to register the patent. The owner can file a patent application in Malaysia with the Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, also known as MyIPO. Firstly, the owner must perform a patent search to assess your innovation with those already been received or have been applied for. The following step is creating a patent specification containing the necessary material, including a detailed description, claim, and drawing. The specification comprises the inventor's assertions as well as the detail of the innovation. Thirdly, the owner must fill a patent application in Malaysia with my IPO. Comprehensive information about the inventions should be included in the applications. Fourth, my IPO perform a formality check to make sure the applications complies with all standards and that all supporting documentations is in place. Fifth, after step 4 was completed, the application proceed through a substantive review to determine the innovative patentabilities, covering its unique, inventiveness, and industrial applicability. Within 18 months after the initial fillings, an application for the substantive examinations must be submitted. Step number 6 is examination report. Concern and problem identified throughout the testing process are described in full in the examination report issued by my IPO. The applicant must reply to the report which has been received, resolving any issues noted within the allocated time frame. Seventh, my IPO issues a patent certificate and issues the patent if all challenges are overcome and the creator certifies the requirement for patentability. Last step is the innovation are made public when the issued patent was published in the official gazette. One of the benefits of a software patent is that it enables the inventor to take illegal action against individuals or businesses that illegally use your software without your authorizations and collect damage. Next, inventor can license your patent for others to use it or the inventor can sell it. Lastly, the duration of the patent can be benefit to the owner is because a patent is protected the software 20 years from the date of filing. Surveillance is a keeping an eye on a certain area or enclosed space. They manage to monitor and recording our activity almost every day. The purpose of monitoring people's activity is to improve the safety and security of people and property. From this, any criminal or unlawful activities that be done by people can be detected easily. There are many types of surveillance that we can see. First is physical surveillance, which is involving people as investigators to follow the suspect around the locations. Second is electronic surveillance. Electronic surveillance is commonly used electronic equipment to record and monitor activities. This type is often the tool of choice among the investigator because it's easy to capture and record everything. Third is computer surveillance. Computer surveillance is referring to the continuous effort to actively monitor the device activity, key, action, and all data be uploaded to the device. This type also monitoring individual computer users, including their internet histories, email, and other online activity. It means if someone using computer for illegal purpose, they may know their activity from the data in the computer. Fourth is social media surveillance, which is referred to the collections and processing of personal data from digital communication platform. Investigator will seek information about activities, contact, interests, and other from social media platform. Fifth, financial surveillance, which is monitoring financial activities and transactions to prevent issues about financial crimes. Lastly is biometric surveillance, which is used to identify and authentic individual in a reliable and fast way through unique biological characteristics. For example, fingerprint, facial recognitions, and iris scan. These are some examples of surveillance that commonly used by society or organization. First is closed-circuit television, CCTV. CCTV is known as video surveillance. It, just like a video camera, displays screen and recording equipment. Second is fingerprint, which is used for verifying authenticity of individual based on their fingerprint. This biometric surveillance often be used for digital identity, criminal justice, financial service, and border protection. Other than that, stingray tracking device, also known as cell site simulators or IMSI catcher, are event-safe cell phone surveillance device that act like cell phone tower. The purpose of this technology is to collect data from any phone that surrounding of the device. Lastly, drone or unmanned aerial vehicle (UAVs), which is technology that can collect numerous of data and monitoring tasks because of their capability to capture image and video from distance. This wireless technology also can bring a safety to public and mission can be completely successful. Computer surveillance used by organizations to spy device activities that their employees are doing during working hours. By installing a monitoring software, it can give details on which staff is working. The software also can show the how much time employee put on their work duties and how much time they waste on their personal matters. For example, Termite is a software that can track any user's activity. It can do the screen recording, live view of employees' PCs, tracking emails, and keystroke all the way to Zoom session. Besides Termite, KickKittler also one of the software that can monitoring employee activities while using a computer. Government surveillance is term of government spy their citizens' activities. The government track their citizens by using a license plate reader. This technology automatically capture all license plate number that come into view and capture the vehicle, a driver, and the passenger with location, date, and time. Besides that, they can use body camera, which is a tiny camera at police body to record anything such as violent crime or other. Other than that, also they can use a stingray tracking device or invasive cell phone surveillance device that act like cell phone tower. They can collect data from any phone that's surrounding by this technology. From this, government can get the information about the citizen more easier. Last but not least, CCTV is commonly used by government to spy the citizen activities. By using CCTV, they can make sure the citizen living in the safety place and far from crime issues. Other than that, video or photos that captured by CCTV can be evidence for justice. Surveillance and ethical issues because surveillance involves paying close and continuous attention to another person is distinct from casual yet focused people watching, such as might occur at a pavement cafe to the extent that it is sustained over time. Furthermore, the design is not to pay attention to just anyone, but to pay attention to some entity, to a person or group in particular and for a particular reason. Much of the discussion surrounding the ethics of surveillance concentrate to individual or group privacy and the balance of power between the individual and the state or the individual's employer. There are so many steps that can prevent from government surveillance, which is encrypted the data. The reason of using the encrypted is to protect data from being stolen. So they need to change into a secret code that can only be unlocked with a unique digital key. It will take time and effort if government want to break it. Next, using a VPN also can prevent from government surveillance. A VPN is stand for Virtual Private Network. A VPN hides your IP address by letting the network redirect it through a specially configured remote server run by a VPN host. This means that if you surf online with a VPN, the VPN server becomes the source of your data. This means your internet service provider ISP and other third parties cannot see which website you visit or what data you send and receive online. Lastly, turn off location services on phone. Turning off the location services on your phone can help conceal your location. This is important. Do not want third parties like government knowing place that you go or being able to track your movement. Reliability is how good the computer system performs. It is required function that has been designed and do them without failure. This is important because if the system fails, it can cause massive amount of damage. For example, the computer that we are using breaking down and need to keep sending it to be repaired. Obviously, it can break our confidence to use an electrical technology. There are many results of unreliable computer that we can see, which is the computer will not turn on. The computer that suddenly shut off or have a difficulty to start up could have a failing power supply. The solution of this situation is trying to hold the power button to see if the computer reset or not. If using laptop, trying to remove the battery and put it back or plug the computer into extension socket. Next, the computer screen might be frozen, also a result of unreliable computer. Computers sometimes are freeze and not respond to any actions. The reason of this situation are the computer does not have enough memory, the computer is overheating and corrupt operating system file. Other than that, the result of unreliable computer are strange noises that come out from the computer. The reason of this situation are come from fan and hard disk. Lastly, audio issue also can be a result of unreliable computer. Microphone can get accidentally mute or audio sources can switch within different programs. Nokia and Apple are two of the biggest companies in the technology industry that have their own strengths and weaknesses. The good functioning on these two brands make this still exist in this economic world. These are differences of mobile phone reliability between the era of Nokia and the current time is Apple mobile phone. First, we can see from their software. These two products are running the different operating system, which is Nokia is running the Android operating system, while Apple is running iOS. Android operating system can run on any device and there are no restriction in it as it allows most of the apps to run. In the other hand, iOS is more secure than Android because it allows only specific apps to run on their device. Besides that, the display between Nokia and Apple also show us the difference. Apple products are using the excellent screen display that giving them more sharper and more vibrant visual. They are using OLED for their display. OLED is a technology that uses light is produced by organic molecules, while Nokia are using LCD display that less advanced than OLED display. LCD display using a black light that shine through liquid crystal to create an image. LCD can offer a brighter overall display, while the OLED have brighter individual pixels. The COVID-19 pandemic hit Malaysia in February 2022. The Ministry of Health Malaysia had taken steps to prevent this outbreak by creating an application. In order to create this application, the software engineering must have principle of professional ethics. First of all, public. Software engineering must act consistently with the public interest. They need to ensure that software is safe for public. They shall approve the software only if they believe that it is safe, meets specification, passes appropriate tests, and does not decrease quality of life, decrease privacy, or harm the environment. The final effect of the work should be to the public good. My Sejahtera application was originally developed by government. This application also owned and operated by the government of Malaysia with help by Minister of Health MOH. MOH can monitor health status and share the information to citizens. From here, we can see that MySejahtera is safe for public because the software is owned and operated by the government. Other than that, the software engineering must volunteer professional skill. They need to be encouraged to volunteer professional skill to good cause and give education to public. MySejahtera application have many posters about health, especially during COVID-19 pandemic. For example, they post out about how to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic and show the statistic of COVID-19 in Malaysia. It showed that the software give an education almost every day just to take care of public health. Second, client and employer. Software engineering should act in manner that is in the best interest of the client and employer, consistent with the public interest. They shall keep the client up to date with potential issues. They also need to report significant issues of social concern of which they are aware in software to the employer or the client. Such as MySejahtera application always spread awareness to users by giving information that related to COVID-19. This application also allow users to identify COVID-19's hotspot zone using the hotspot tracker, especially if there are positive cases within 1 kilometer's radius out of their locations. Third is product. Software engineer must ensure that their product and related modifications meet the highest professional standard possible. They shall ensure proper and achievable goal and objective for any project on which their work are proposed. Example of the principle is MySejahtera application are developed by the Malaysian government. The main aim of MySejahtera is to manage the COVID-19 outbreak in Malaysia. Other than that, the objective of MySejahtera is to quickly identify persons who may have come into close contact with anyone who have tested positive for COVID-19. Many people satisfied about this application because they provide many information such as risk assessment and COVID-19 vaccinated status. Here we can see the objective of this software and realistic and achievable. For judgment, software engineers need to maintain the integrity and independence in their professional judgment. MySejahtera was developed to support the implementation of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988. Act 342, if someone provides a false information about the disease, they convicted under Section 22 of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988, Act 342, and Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1988, Act 588. On 3 August 2022, the Malaysian government has decided to mandate the use of MySejahtera in all premises. These official decisions were made to prevent the spread of COVID-19 disease. Besides that, the software engineering also do not engage in deceptive financial practice such as bribery, double billing, or other improper financial practices. If they do that, it makes people lose their trust on the software that they were created. Since MySejahtera was developed by government with collaborating with many ministries, so there are no improper financial activities in there.